Have you ever heard someone talk about the Sigma personality and wondered if it's really as mysterious and powerful as people make it out to be? Maybe you've come across terms like lone wolf, enigmatic, or independent leader and thought to yourself, is this really who I am? Or is it just another stereotype? Today, we're going to take a journey together, unraveling the truth about Sigma stereotypes, separating fact from fiction, and helping you understand whether the label truly resonates with you. It's time to strip away the myths and get to the heart of what being a Sigma is really about. When people hear Sigma, the first thing that often comes to mind is the image of someone who prefers solitude, someone who stays away from crowds and avoids unnecessary social interactions. While there's a grain of truth in this, it's not as simple as it seems. Yes, as a Sigma, you value your independence and don't feel the need to constantly surround yourself with people. But that doesn't mean you dislike others or isolate yourself completely. The reality is that you're selective. You don't chase after superficial connections because you know the value of meaningful relationships. You thrive in your own company, but when you do engage with others, it's authentic and purposeful. Another common stereotype is that Sigmas are unemotional or detached. People might assume that because you don't wear your heart on your sleeve, you don't feel things deeply. But here's the truth. You're not unemotional. You're introspective. Your emotions run deep. But instead of being reactive, you process them internally. This ability to manage your emotions gives you incredible clarity and allows you to make decisions that aren't clouded by impulsive feelings. It's not about being cold or disconnected. It's about having control, understanding what you feel, and using that understanding to navigate the world effectively. Then there's the idea that Sigmas are rebels who reject authority for the sake of it. This stereotype often paints you as someone who simply can't fit into societal norms. But the reality is more nuanced. You don't rebel for the sake of rebelling. You challenge norms and question authority because you think critically. You're not afraid to go against the grain when it doesn't align with your values. But you're also not someone who fights every rule just to prove a point. You have a strong moral compass, and you follow it, even if that means stepping outside of the usual boundaries. It's not about defiance, it's about authenticity. Another myth is that Sigmas are arrogant or selfish. People sometimes confuse your self-reliance with an inflated sense of self-importance. But the truth is, your independence isn't about thinking you're better than others. It's about knowing you can depend on yourself. You value your autonomy because it allows you to grow and thrive without constantly needing validation or support from others. Far from being selfish, you often extend help and guidance to those you care about. You just don't feel the need to broadcast it or seek recognition for it. Your actions come from a place of quiet confidence, not arrogance. Let's not forget the stereotype that Sigmas are always loners, disconnected from the social world. While you might not seek out large gatherings or thrive in crowds, you're far from being a hermit. You're more of a strategist when it comes to social interactions. You know how to navigate them when necessary, and you often excel at reading people and situations. You're adaptable, stepping into social settings with ease when the occasion calls for it. But you don't rely on constant interaction to feel fulfilled. Your solitude isn't a retreat from the world. It's a recharge, a time to reflect, grow, and prepare to engage with the world on your terms. One of the most misunderstood aspects of the Sigma personality is how you approach success. There's a misconception that you don't care about achievement or that you avoid ambition. This couldn't be further from the truth. You care deeply about success, but you define it differently from others. For you, success isn't about following the traditional paths or meeting society's expectations. It's about fulfilling your own goals, living according to your values, and creating a life that feels meaningful to you. You're not driven by external validation or a need to prove yourself to anyone. Instead, your motivation comes from within, a quiet yet powerful drive to become the best version of yourself. Now let's address a more subtle stereotype. The idea that Sigmas are mysterious and unparkable. People might see you as enigmatic because you don't openly share every thought or feeling. But mystery doesn't mean you're unparkable. It simply means you value your privacy and don't feel the need to overshare. Those who take the time to get to know you often find that you're warm, insightful, and deeply understanding. Your silence isn't about keeping people out. It's about being intentional with your energy, listening more than you speak, and choosing your words carefully when you do share. As we peel back the layers of these stereotypes, one thing becomes clear. Being a Sigma isn't about fitting into a one-size-fits-all label. It's about embodying a mindset that values independence, self-awareness, and authenticity. You're not defined by these misconceptions, and you're certainly not limited by them. The Sigma mindset is about being true to yourself, carving your own path, and thriving in your own unique way. So, the next time someone tries to box you in with a stereotype, remember this: you're more than a label. You're not just a Sigma. You're a complex, multifaceted individual with strengths, challenges, and a unique perspective on life. Don't let myths define you. Instead, embrace the truth of who you are: someone who values their independence, understands their emotions, and strives to live authentically. If you've seen yourself in any part of this journey, it's because the Sigma mindset is something you carry within you. It's a strength, a way of being that allows you to rise above the noise and stay true to yourself. You're not defined by fiction or stereotypes. You're defined by the choices you make and the path you walk. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, because you will learn even more powerful insights in the next video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.